What is up, club members? I'm here with another video, and it's been a little bit since I've had one because it's like week 5 of the semester, and I'm already tired of this semester, probably as many of you are. So what I thought would be nice to do is finally get an animation activity rolling, something different to do. It doesn't have to be a time-consuming project. It can just be something where, like, I don't know, actually animate something instead of just talking about stuff for a little bit. So just from there, I am going to be talking about, and I guess you can see in the thumbnail, the description, it's stick figures. We're just going to be animating stick figures, which is pretty basic, pretty simple. Most of you already drawn a stick figure, or maybe you've been familiar with stick figure animation, but I'll just go over a couple of different ways to do little stick figures, because I don't know, if anything, it can just be fun. You know, we can actually animate something, get an activity going, and you know, there's a lot more benefit in just animating stick figures than you'd think, as opposed to, you know, wanting to do a whole short animation film or something like that. But I don't know, I digress. Let's jump right into it, and we'll be first starting on the computer. Okie doke, here we are on my handy dandy computer screen. You can probably see me on my webcam in the little corner of it. I don't know, I just don't want to take up too much space for this screen. But at least what I want to do is that we're starting here is I want to, from a digital tool perspective, show you 3 different kinds. It's like I have to make sure I was counting it right. 3 different kinds of stick figures you can make and animate with in a software program. And then a little later, I'll show you more traditional ways, so what it would look like to animate a stick figure on pencil and paper. But we'll at least start here for now. So to clarify something, I'm at least in OpenToons, which is a 2D animation program. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it. Many of you have probably heard of other 2D programs such as like Adobe Animate or even Toon Boom. At least the difference between this one as compared to those ones is that this is free and open source for you to download and for you to use at your leisure, whereas the other ones are more I believe subscription based, or you know, you have to pay a certain amount of it. So if you're a college student like me who wants to save money where they can, I'm familiar with OpenToons, I suppose. Not to say that it is, I don't know if I'd put on the same level as those programs, certainly, but in my, I guess, little exploration I've taken to see, like, how good is an open source program as opposed to, you know, something paid like Toon. This one seems to hold up, or it seems to be the best I've at least seen as compared to other ones. So there's enough of that. I'll leave in a link in the description below if you are interested in this one at all, to, you know, go around and mess with it yourself. But at least what I've done here is I've done my best to set up the software so it, I guess, mimics, you know, an animation program that you're familiar with. Or so what you have here is you have the place where, let's see, okay, I'm on the brush, you know, so you can just draw along there. You've got your timeline down here where all your frames are and your layers, and to actually animate it with. You've got the tools on the side, different components like that. So without further ado, I guess we'll get started. What I want to do first is we'll go over to what's right below the brush tool for you to draw is the shape tool, and we're just going to draw a simple circle, because that is just going to be the head of our little stick figure character we have. That actually seems a little big. We'll probably make it a little smaller. That seems to do. What I want to do next is, you know, you can see for the shape tool, it gives you a good outline of the shape, which, you know, is a circle, which I wanted to do. But what I want to do actually is I want to go to a fill tool, paint bucket tool, I guess I should say. And what it does is it fills, meaning you see this white space here, fill all of that up. I don't know, just to give more character to our character, more personality to our character, I suppose, however it can go. What I then did is I hit the selection tool. What I want to do is basically make a selection box all around this object, so then what we can do is we can move it around. We'll move it to, I don't know, about there. So we've got that, and what I want to do is I'll want to animate the head on its own separate layer. So we've got this first layer here. Normally it would go, you know, like you start with layer 1 and then it goes down, but for this one it does it the other way. We'll just live with that. So we've got that first layer, but what I want to do is go to the second layer, or at least, you know, same frame. These are your frames here, so the same frame just on layer 2. Because then what I want to actually draw the body in this one. So we are on the second layer, and I will just draw the stick figure. So if you've done it before, simply just want to draw the stem. Kind of like what we want to do. A little too long. There we are. That's decent enough. Okay, so we've got at least, you know, the spine there. What we'll then do is go into drawing the legs. And that one. There we are. And we'll go into the arms. Curve a little more, I suppose. Ooh, what did I do? I'm not sure what just happened. Alright, that is good enough for now, I suppose. I won't take, I guess, I won't spend too much time more on this little character. I just want to show you like how you can make it and then how you can get it moving. So we've got our first figure drawn. We won't go too far. Let's just go frame 4 or so. What I've done, or at least what I have activated, is an onion skin. And at least those who are not familiar with it, it goes to where. So I'm on frame 1 in a sense, or frame 1 on the first layer for the head. And what I want to do is just so I wouldn't have to, you know, go all the way to frame 4 where I wouldn't see where the previous thing was drawn. So then, you know, I'd have to like, you know, basically eyeball where it would go. This allows me to see like, okay, from the previous frame that I drew on, this is where the head is. So then what I can do is basically from there kind of help shape where the head goes next. So this is all the way on the, I don't know, the next frame drawing on. So you gotta make a whole other circle again. It's not simply where you can kind of just drag and have the head in the same space. I think what I want to do is I'll drag it over on top of that head just to see how it measures, because then what I can do is, as long as I have this selected, kind of measured up between that one, you can then see how you know, we can make it the same size as the other head, so it looks same proportions all the way through. I filled it, so we've got that there. Then what I'll do is I'll go on the separate layer. We at least have that. So that's what I've noticed. What I'll actually want to do is that's there, get that there. Yeah, let's just see how that first goes off. So again, what we'll do is we're on this second layer, I suppose. Hopefully I'm not mixing up layers and frames. And we will draw the second guy. Yeah, no, that's not what I wanted after all. So what I'll then do is go here, change up the head again, that there, select it. It's about the same size. Do a decent job of that. Slightly move it. There. Good enough to that. Good. So what we've at least got going on is we're then showing a bit of movement here. So we've got it. Maybe we can just play this. So it's very quick. It's got that little movement. So you start, just shows them first off in that walking position and then just shows the next movement. But that's at least how you can draw, just straight draw the stick figure itself. So I like to have it where it's got a bit of a neck, and the arms go lower down, and the legs and the arms and everything, they've got a bend to them to give it a little more motion. So there's that. All right, so now for our next stick figure. Hopefully this does not take an eternity like the last one did. So what we'll do again is we'll just start off by making our head got our head there. Done our one layer, then we'll go to the next layer. What I'll want to do then is I'll actually want to go to our shapes tool again, because I want to go all the way down to make sure I'm selecting the right one. I want to make a line. So then what I've got now should be, yes, it's on the second layer now, so I want to make a line. Should have started there, but we'll just go with that. Okay, so we've got this line there. Then what I want to do we will have it there. So that is our body. What I want to then try and do is, I think what I'll do is make some more layers. So we've got a third layer there. So what I want to do, at least with this layer, is we will make the arms, or at least part of them. It's going to do this to me the whole time. Ooh, we're in for a treat. So, what I want to do, cut off that part of the arm. No, it's like a little sliver, but it was there. Okay, so connect upper part of the arm. Then we will go make this other part. And we'll born with that works, I suppose. At least not going for perfection. I'm just going to demonstrate this. Okay. That should be good angling there. So we have, I'm sure if I took enough time it would be a lot better, but here we have another stick figure. It could be much better quality than this. What I have done though essentially is with the line tool I've made another type of stick figure you can do, and what I've at least done on all these different layers is helped isolate it as to where it's less cluttered, so I wouldn't have to do something like if I wanted to select the upper part of the arm, where the bicep is. Don't know if I have my anatomy straight, but so this upper part of the arm in this form, what I can do is if I wanted to make it walking or making the character wave or something, what I can then have is on these layers, each part of the body, I guess its skeletal structure, is isolated. So then if I'm trying to select this form and move it, I wouldn't accidentally select this eye because it's on a separate layer. So there's at least that. So what I'll then do, that is our second figure. And I guess something also I can mention about this is that I generally like to have my stick figures like this. So it's basically got its arms and then its little legs. Then also what I want to do is, I wouldn't do this, I don't think I really prefer this, but what some people even do is they will have these other lines here. There, then so then it makes your character have feet. I preferably don't like to put feet on my characters, but you can if you want. It gives it a little more, I guess, personality, and helps you show some more movement with the character because it's got little feet to move with. And we've got our head here. Move on to our final stick figure. So again, this is utilizing the shape tool, I suppose. So what I then want to do is I want to go to our rectangle tool. It's going to do that one. Okay. So I will then have it where I want to make the stem for the body. So through that, there is his spine, his back. What I want to then do too, I want to fill it in. So that is the second part. So there we have, and again, another stick figure, not of great quality, but it at least goes to show you a little more of how the style of a stick figure can be more blocky in terms of how you can move each part of this figure and then utilize it to animate it. This, at least, type of stick figure works more for vector drawing, which I am sure is a thing here in OpenToons. I just haven't had a lot of experience with it yet, but I at least know from things like Adobe Animate that people animate stick figures like this. So I'm sure it's possible in something like this in OpenToons. I just won't go into depth of it because it's running a little more longer this video than I thought it was, but I don't know, that's at least to just give you an idea of the types of stick figures you can make. Start animating them in a 2D program, whatever you want, and to just show you, I guess, the workflow of it. So at least with that, we've shown you a digital side of it, and now to finish up more, it won't take too much longer, I want to show you you can just make stick figures by pencil and paper. So here I am again, and we're moving on to doing some stick figures in pencil and paper, and we've got some sticky notes here and just simple mechanical pencil, or if you want to use actual pencils, you can certainly do that. There's some marks here, I'm just going to erase all of that. All right, and we'll just get started by doing something simple. So we can go all the way down to this last frame. So at least what I want to do here, because there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can either have it at the top and then flip it through, or like have your first drawing on the top part and then flip through. But I think usually how I do it, and you can start at the bottom and then try and animate from there. So just trying to fold back. It's not as easy with these ends of a sticky note, but we'll at least go from there. So just how I like to draw my stick figures, my pencil's working fine, is what I may do, I think, just gonna have to go about doing we can then do, I want to have the legs more spread out like that, but I think what I want to do is give them a little more of like a bend to them in a sense like this. So we've got that one there. Then we've got a little longer. Yeah, sure, okay. So that's frame one, I suppose. Forget about your first couple of movements from there, and then I don't know how well this is gonna look since it's not like the whole sticky note, but there we can. Yeah. What if I wonder? No. Oh. Oops. Forgot one. That's fine. And from there, you can just have more of a simple thing of. So you've got this first frame, another frame, another frame, another frame, and that's as much as I can do, because if I try and just flip through it, it doesn't get that whole effect on there. But hopefully you get the idea. Looks something more like, so you've got this one, this one, this one, this one. All in that fast motion, it kind of creates that, that fast movement, it creates that motion. Yeah, I'm noticing my words and slurring together and such. So, that's at least all I have for that. I'm not gonna go into animating more of these stick figure things. Again, I'm not trying to make it spectacular. I think I'm just, again, trying to show you the basics of it to help you get started. Because honestly, on YouTube, there has been thousands more of people who have done these more like in-depth stick figure stuff. I'll link to a couple of them in the description below, but at least from there, that's at least all I have the activity. But then I'm gonna go back to another frame. I shouldn't say frame. So that's at least all I have here for the activity. I'm gonna go back to another scene just to kind of give you closing remarks. So that concludes at least the video for this activity. For anybody who watched it the whole way through, I'm glad you stuck around. It wasn't the most superb stick figures or even, you know, showing you an in-depth thing of like, oh, what a full animated scene looks like, because as a college student, assignments and whatnot I have, I don't have too much time to be spending on, you know, making these full other, you know, like little stick figure animations or things that I have, which I wish I could. I really wish I could, but from here, hopefully I can just give you the tools and the basics to start off with, whether, you know, you want to find a new program and start animating in that, or if you want to, you know, go on to do sticky notes and pencil and paper, or even if you've done all this before and, you know, you've really improved in your animating skills and you just kind of want to see like how well can I do with just simple stick figure exercise, different aspects like that. So that's at least what this video is for, and to just get a video out for the club's sake. So there's all that. What I'll do is in the description below this, again, I'll link to OpenTunes so you can get it if you want. And then the other aspect I think I'll show is some of the stick figure fights and things on YouTube that I have seen myself that I've noticed is like, you know, really good animation or, you know, good tutorials on things that I'll link down below also. For any other club announcements, all I can really say is we have this video, and then I should be bringing up another video shortly, which I guess I will just leave until then to leave a little excitement about it. That is at least all I had for today, this video. Thank you for watching, everybody. Subscribe to the Animation Club YouTube channel if you haven't, and then we've got a bunch of outlets. So we've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we have a Discord server that is new for this semester. You just want to get connected and meet other members if you are not connected already, or even just show other people at UC, you know, if they want to get in the club and if they're interested. So that's at least all I have there. I'll keep you posted on all the channels of any other announcements and things we have going on. Otherwise, that is all. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.